early this morning on Boxing Day. So we only have a couple tables up and running, but we've kind of readjusted our stream layout. So we're going to see how this plays out for everybody. Um, and we'll just kind of go from there. And we're just going to value bet again here. He did float with like a king nine suited type hand. It's a pretty good card for us. It's actually kind of a pretty heavy scare card for him though, which is a bit of a negative because if we bet he shoves here, it's pretty gross. But I don't think there's really much to do but bet. There's still way too many draws out there the villain could potentially have to do much else. But yeah, so welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since we've streamed. Let me know what you think of the new setup. You'll flip through tables this way. Little adjustments need to be made. A couple. Let's just see if we can actually um, tweak that right now. Not sure I can or not. Let's just see. Yeah, a little bit of tweakage, anyways, but nothing crazy. Oh wow. Okay, we don't want that actually. Let's just go back here. Oops. So there'll be some consistent tweakage, I think, as we go. I just need to cut more out of that one. Anyways, fold to 10-5, fold to 4 deuce. So you'll have to bear with me a little bit. We're going to try to remember to only talk about the table that we do actually have on screen. Uh, that will take some getting used to. We are used to having all of the tables kind of up and in view. And we'll get on the waiting list for these. And we can try to start an L50 table and we'll just see how that goes as well. Drag this in here. Careful queen deuce. So I hope everybody had a pretty good Christmas. Ours was certainly busy. No, we gotta switch over here. Sorry, that's the wrong one. And we'll just see how long this stream can run today. It's gonna be one of our New Year's resolutions will be to actually start having a significantly better streaming schedule. But until we can kind of get there, it'll just be what it is. But it would be nice. Oh, excuse me. Just to increase at least the times, the amount or the length, sorry, of the stream. So we'll see if we can manage to actually keep that up and running. So that's muted as it should be. That's all good to go. And yeah, I don't think you have any background noise on, so yeah, everything should be good to go for the stream. Let me get rid of this. And yeah, so it should be loading up here any minute live. Okay, Twitch is up and running. So that should be good to go. As it should be. Okay, it's not picking up anything. Okay, so stream is definitely good to go. The queen, all right, let's just jump here. How's this gonna work? Let me see. Yeah, so jump ship here. We get cold called and then 3-bet, we'll let this one go. We do call some portion of the time there. King versus deuces. Equity. A wild call. Okay, we'll flip 70% off. Okay, stream looks good over here, and we should be good on YouTube, I would imagine, by now. I think the Twitch delay is slightly less than the YouTube delay, but not much. I think it's like 30 seconds. So I am still trying to remember to clean that down a bit. I just haven't actually done it yet. I'm just gonna edit this video on YouTube quick and get that up and running. Playlists. I guess we can throw this onto the stream playlist. No age restrictions, no altered content, and then poker strategy for online poker. Uh, Fold here. We also want GG poker and how to play. Here. Perfect. Okay, tags are up. Not sure how much they really do, but okay. Stream's good here. Jack 7. Make sure I didn't screw the stream at all. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm assuming this is going to be preferred, especially for people watching on phones. So just have one table up and running. It seems to be what the majority of the bigger streamers will do, is just have the one table kind of up and running. Obviously, a couple of them I need to recut the table. Like, you can see this one's cut pretty good, but then this one, the black's off a bit. Also need to carry. I guess I could do that right now. Browser source. Let's just see if I can do this quick here. Sources, browser source, that's source. I wonder if it'll come in pre-cut. It does not. Just delete that for now. And probably copy that into the rest of the stream, I would think. And then let it kind of push through. Fold the ace-4. So the current bankroll is sitting at, that's incorrect. We actually have dropped a bit. It's crazy. We're down to about 4,300. Been back and forth on what we're going to do about jumping to NL 100. Uh, the issue on GG is that the rake is so high. Uh, that's looks a little bit blurry, eh? On stream. Nothing crazy. Fold the jack 2. So I've also been playing like not very good lately, so that's going to be a culprit of it. We've also been running pretty cold. Like most of our camera freeze. No, most of our last few sessions have started uh, horrid. Yes, like 2 days ago or yesterday we had a eight. I think it was an 8 buy-in downswing. Um, in the first like 600 hands, we did manage to play another 4,500 hands and grind out to um, profit. And then yesterday was kind of the same thing. We dropped 3 buy-ins in about like 12 hands with aces, kings, and ace king. Uh, did manage to grind that out as well to $100 profit by the end of the day. Uh, it's been pretty frustrating putting that much action, just like kind of grinding out of the hole. Um, but not a big deal as long as we keep it less tilted. But if anybody's been at the table, we've been playing terrible. Not playing terrible, like, but not playing great. Been tilting off a little bit too. Not really sure why, to be honest. I think I've just been playing really bad in certain spots, so we've made a few adjustments. Hopefully, um, that will kind of let us come out of that bit of tilt from just like play bad tilt. Okay, we're all in here. Okay. We are on a 50-cent dollar table as well now, so we'll see how that plays out. Fortunately, Jesse's 92 ends up folding there. I think we'll just keep the heads up table open since we don't have too many tables up and running. Um, but this will let us keep the action high. Limps in, I think we were supposed to shove here with any like queen, king, or ace. And we definitely shove any king. I guess the 10 big blind stack. A little bit of tournament poker almost going on here. And again, queen nine suited, it's just a shove. I think we'll just float in here. Uh, if it was like, or did I? What happened there? No, we posted the big blind. What I was going to say, if obviously this was like cut off or like button, we'd be three betting, but with an under the gun player, the king queen's not really a three bet, so we'll just defend there. Yeah, we do make trips on the river here, and I think we'll just try to get a call from a 10 or ace X. And I think we'll just jam this. Yeah. Again, queen high for 7 big, we're going to be jamming it. And again, we just jam the ace. We're gonna bump blue jack suited. Here it's checked around. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. Call it the queens, but we do it the ace X. So we're still like a 30% or so to win here. Okay, and we do make the straight on the river. We're gonna value bet. Okay, we got a lot of equity here. No go on the first run. Nice. Oh, I thought we made the straight. That's it. Oh, nice. Topped out. We will defend the queen jack suited here. We do three bet also some portion of the time as well. Jack eight's just gonna be a shove. Okay, villain checks back on this board. Interesting. He's gonna have a lot of like tens, jacks, nines, eights to check back. Sometimes like ace, king, ace, queen check back. Let's check to him. I don't really think he's going to check back ace, king a ton here. Um, just think this through. We probably have the best hand here. If we check shove, do we really get anything worse to call? I think not often enough. Um, And I think I'm just gonna jam this and hope he did check back like jacks and thinks I'm full of BS here. And we just jam the nines here as well. Oh wow. Sorry everybody, we're not following the action. Forgot completely about that. So basically comp chimp 3-bet us pre. We checked flop. We called. Checked flop. He checked back. We checked turn, assuming he doesn't have queen X or like kings or aces too often, trying to get him basically to bluff. He overbet, we called. And then the river, we spiked trips, which maybe given the chimp would probably be willing to bluff. Um, I think maybe shoving there just let him out of the hand. I'm not sure. He'd be willing to bluff his air, but I think most of his air that's going to be bluffing probably bets flop more often than checking. Did we lose that hand? No, we just folded the last three hands. Okay. We'll defend the 10-6. We also have pocket fives here, heads up, which is going to be jammed in. Okay. He folds. And we're going to be 3-betting the ace queen over here at the NL100 table. So we are shot taking NL100. What is going on here with this cut? Man, my cuts were terrible on some of these. It's like rolling blind when I was doing it or something. So Tiny Mong Ting just like flats us. He probably plays every ace, so I'm just gonna go half pot shove turn. See if we can get a call. There's a villain here, and then we're gonna recut this table live. He does just fold, but we are gonna recut this table. Okay, nice. All right, and we Lux box our way out here. We jam pre, calls king eight. We're pretty much flipping, but we take the cake here. And then here we open pre, villain checked back. I'm actually just gonna go small instead of over betting there, because I think we have likely can have the best hand here quite a bit. And now we're just gonna try to fold out a four. Make sure we don't lose to like that one's all you. Right, let's just flip through here. That one's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, so this is not a very good cut. This one's cut really bad as well. So let's try to just do a little bit of a better cut job here quick. Just, if it'll let me, that is. Maybe I can't adjust that live. It's just a really bad cut. Oh, it's locked. That's why. There, slide over there. Let's slide that back a bit. Okay. Still not there. Crazy. Just a little bit more. Fold here. Sorry, you'll just have to bear with me here while I try to fiddle with this a little bit. There we go. It's harder than you think to kind of micro adjust these things sometimes. We are back. Some six. All right, we do have a heads up table back again, so we will jump over to here against Mr. Art Vandelay. He raises pre, checks back flop. We bet. He folds. Happy enough with that outcome. Okay, we got another table, an all 50 table now up and running. So again, we'll just keep it on the most. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to uncut everything I did on those tables. I guarantee it. Let's get check 1, 2, 3, 4. Full raise here with the eights. I'm just gonna bring up a couple rando tables. Oh, we do have another one we can actually sit at here with this villain. And we do have another NL25 table. Should have all tables up and running actually now. But I guarantee you, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so we're gonna have to undo what we just did. Ooh, that's a bad river card. Right? Because now the cut still seems okay on these ones. Yeah, I think we're fine. There's nothing cut out, so we'll just leave it at that. Call it a day. Okay. Do 3-bet here with the aces. No action. Okay, we are all in on this heads up table here against Art Vandelay. All right, we got the call here. Hmm, a great start against this villain. Jack ball, jack ball. Not this round. King. It's we're still losing. Man, how did we lose that? Hmm, Jack nine, nine deuce. Yeah, we'll keep the heads up table on. Seems to have the most action on it. We do get re-raised here. I think a 6x mostly calls, 9x mostly calls. It's gonna be a lot of like 7, 8 probably in this range. I don't think there's gonna be too much pocket sixes or pocket nines very often. But I think we need to let villain. Sorry, not on the table. I think we need to let villain blast here. Um, with the busted draws. Then he checks back turn. I think we just go small. Right? Not observing, am I? Thought I was on that table. Didn't spike the queen on the river. Should have gone bigger. Readjust these tables. Perfect. And we're just gonna value bet the ace here. Okay, bumped king queen suited. Okay, good start. Let's go half pot. Okay, bump some sixes here on another table. Appreciate everybody who's checking out the stream. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up button or make sure you follow us over on Twitch if you're not already. Helps promo everything. So we do have a mixture of tables, like we said, some NL100s. We're on the wait list for the good L1 NL100 table. The one we're on is not great. We do have kind of a fish on the right and our fish on the left, so we'll see how all this ends up playing out. But I'm not sure we'll stick around at that specific table too um, for too long. Did we end up shopping with that ace king versus sevens hand? I think we did. Or no, we didn't. We doubled him. Yeah, we did. Did we? I don't know. We did time out on a couple tables, just because we were running around doing other stuff. 7, 6, 5. We did chop ace king versus sevens. That's what's curious about. Probably got stacked. Maybe we got stacked up here actually, and not down here. All right, so we do bump up the fours. Not a great spot, but we will see bet this board. Okay, we're gonna be all in here with the sixes against 27 bigs. Just easier to jam it. Doesn't run it twice. Pretty well cooked on that. Well, we got diamonds now. Oh, diamond or six, couldn't get there. We do get three bet here in the bottom left. A big mega whale out of the big blind flat for cold calls, so we do decide to come along. Running cold in the flips this morning, unfortunately. Okay, so we are filled in between NL10 and 25, etc. Fold the 9-4. Okay, so here, villain limp calls pre-flop. We see bet small, he calls. We're gonna go for another tiny c bet. Calls again. Hoping it's just like ace 10 or ace 8 or something like that. Um, I don't really see this villain folding any pocket pairs or anything. Yeah, limp called king 7 suited. Well played. Okay. Okay, here we 3-bet pre. He calls. We check back flop. He calls. Turn. And leads out. This guy's relatively aggressive. Um, don't feel super great about this spot, but I think we have to call here, given that we checked back flop. Yeah, he likes that donk lead, I think. Okay. And we're gonna block that river here for value with the 10. Okay. Stream's definitely gonna be in and out a bit this morning. Everybody's been moving. Okay, pocket kings. I think we'll check multi-way. It would take it down. Okay. Three bet queens, they call. I think we're just gonna go half pot, call a jam. There's our half pot jam turn. That's what I meant. So, and he just folds, we take that down. All right, we're just gonna leave the N100 table up here in the top right. It's not a great one. Okay, 7-8 suited here. We will squeeze the ISO some portion of the time here. Okay, temporarily back anyways. Appreciate everybody checking out the stream. All right, we are back here. All right, should be good. Get fold 6-3, fold 6 deuce. Right. So this table's up and running, so we'll just jump over here for now until everything else kind of sits down in. We'll fold the jack 5, bump up the ace 10 of diamonds. So he limped, we bet he called. I think we're just gonna blast 3 streets here. Hopefully get some more NL50 tables. Maybe I should just go back. The NL100 table was just kind of like dead and nitty. We weren't in a great spot either, so we did end up leaving that one. Try to get, excuse me, some more NL50 tables up and running. I guess we just called here, which is not a good play at all. Uh, Bump the ace 4. Okay, bump the ace king. We are going to 3-bet the ace 8 suited, again with the first 30 big blind stack, and we'll just try to go with it here against this villain. Money goes in, behind again. Run it twice. King. Okay. 8. 8. Man. I'm gonna overbet here. Theoretically, he shouldn't have ace, queen, ace, king, aces, pocket queens, pocket kings, pocket aces. And we do have the flush draw for the backup, so I think it's a great spot to just kind of throw in a bluff here. Again, I'm not on the table. He does just call, which to me is crazy. I'm sure he just called ace queen free. Ace jack off, and you call the overbet. Interesting. We do lose again for that all in against Art of Vandalay. So now we will try to grind our way back. Holding too much here, we gotta start opening more heads up. Okay, we go half pot, get check raised. Interesting. We are gonna defend this though. I think we stack off here with trips. Obviously, for like the remaining pot size shove, I don't think there's anything else we can do. Once we call check raise, I would think he's not gonna just like tank shove here with sevens for some reason, or like ace queen, since we're probably never folding. And if we are folding, it's a heart. Um, but I guess he's just hoping for it. Yeah, it's fine check raise, I guess. But we do take that one down. Okay, and we're just gonna show down the ace king here. 4-3. Yeah, we could probably get him off of that. Guess if he's calling those, we should be blasting more because that means his calling range is going to be super wide on flops. If he's just calling bottom pairs and he's never check raising and stuff, then he's going to be folding quite often. The turn aggression. It's actually a bit of a misclick there for the one big blind, so we're just going to let that go. Okay. Okay, let's try this here. We're just going to bet. With tons of backdoor equity. This is one of the cards that we are to be blasting on. We do take it down. I think we have the camera should be up and running on all the tables now. Looks like it is. Good, 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 good. Okay. I think we'll check back this plot. Okay. We should be check raising here actually quite a bit. And we're going to barrel here with the ace eight suited. And we'll just check call here, river bluff. Nice. Okay. Fold queen six. Didn't even three bet eights. Yeah, us getting it in with like ace eight suited and stuff was like way too light. For sure. Again, heads up is in no way, shape, or form our specialty. But I think generally speaking, we're going to be better than the average uh, fish in the pool. And again, against the start Vandalay, we're definitely looking to be double barreling, especially on the queen. He does call again, though. and leads out. So once villain leads out, they just have it almost always. There. Okay, so big hand Bruin here. We check to him. We're gonna call. And we're gonna check boom again. Checks back this time. So he probably obviously doesn't have a queen. He's gonna have like some 9x, some jack 10 some portion of the time. I think we'll just go half pot, try to get called by like 9x. Nice. Tens. Yep. Forgot that that changes where we're at here. Okay. Keep muting that microphone and forgetting. Um, we just gotta sit out for a minute. We won't be too long. If we do time out, which could happen, because I think we only have like 2 minutes left at most. Uh, we won't be long, and we will be right back. And we will reload tables if we do accidentally sit out. Okay, right back, everybody. We're just having some food. So I got camera, microphone off. We'll see. Try to keep this thing up and rolling for a bit. But yeah, we'll be right back. Just finishing eating, and then we'll get down to it. We do have a spot here to throw up quick if the villain calls. Ace King, he doesn't. Okay. Well, we'll be back. We'll leave the heads up table up and running. Some craziness right there. Okay, pick up kings. Oh no, back it. I do still forget that sometimes. Okay, we're gonna three with kings here. No action. Okay, we got two set of threes here. This guy's short stacking. Super annoying. And the stream is dwindling. Okay, we get check raised. Obviously, I think we just stick the money in here. Uh, just got to get it, all the flush draws and stuff. He wants to bluff shove off like 40% of his stack and fold. That's up to him. But it's pretty crazy scenario to think he would re-raise. I guess when you know you're crushed, you're crushed. Like if he just had an ace, right? No way he folds like diamonds or spades there. He folds six for not with this villain, I don't think. Yeah, we just want to play hands with this guy. We're gonna see a flop. It's a good one, good enough one. Check back here for now. Pick up some equity. Checks. We're just gonna bet small. Call. Yeah, just happily take that. Nice. I don't expect to get called by much worse there on the river. That's why we don't bet. Um, okay, fold 10-9 off. Okay, Jack 8 suited here in the cutoff. We'll bump this hand up. Okay, we get called. We get squeezed here with some St. O. Okay, pick up Ace Jack suited over here. I do call some portion of the time here against the under the gun open, but I think once um, small blind just cold calls here, there's just way more value in three betting and trying to pick up the five bigs than there is in doing much else. And we're gonna check here. Checks back. Okay, and we're just gonna go block bet, I think. I don't think there's too many worlds where he checks back pocket kings on this board, or deuces, or fours. Hmm. It's an interesting spot if we think he's willing to bluff. I don't think I get called by too much. I think our best chance is to get him to bluff or value bet like the queen of hearts. Nice. And we are going to check shove on the off chance he thinks we're bluffing. But yeah, we just want to get the money in here, obviously. We do lose like pocket eights. That's pretty much it. When he does value bet here, he probably has 10 of hearts or queen of hearts, I would imagine. Most likely the queen of hearts. 'Cause I think he maybe doesn't bet the 10 of hearts. Nice. Queen of hearts calls it. Crushed all the way through, baby. Oh, seriously? We weren't even on that table the whole time? Man. Well, we'll play the hand out here now because somehow we missed it. But basically, um, how did we do that? Oh man, this game's so annoying. I wish I had that on camera. That would have been my short for the day. Um, but anyways, it was a pretty good hand in the end. What is going on here? Still not on the right table. There we go. Basically, this was the hand, ace jack suited. Um, Villain raised under the gun, small blind called. We three bet, he called, and then we checked to him on the flop. He checked back. We bet small on the turn because that kind of looks like a block bet, right? Like with like a king 10 or something like that. King 10, maybe 4 5, ace 4, and stuff like that. So we do that, and he calls. And then on the river, we get another heart, and we elect to check, basically because if we bet, we get called at best some portion of the time from like a queen of hearts. But I think every time we check, it's going to value bet the queen of hearts. This villain in particular, he's a reg, so he's going to do it. Um, and it's going to be profitable. So I think he does that. He knows we're aggressive enough to bluff raise shove as well without the nizzles. Um, so, anyways, it's a bad call from him, I think. But basically, we just elect to let him stab at this river for us with the queen of hearts, and then all of his bluffs. Whereas if we bet, we're only really going to get called by like the queen of hearts, the ten of hearts, stuff like that. But pretty much any heart might call. But um, queen of hearts, ten of hearts is guaranteed. Yeah, so it plays out pretty well in the end. Okay, we're back for now. So we're just gonna call the threes here. We just floated in. I think it went bet call. We floated in with the threes. I think we're just gonna block bet here, make it look again like we're block betting. We know Miles likes to bluff, so we're gonna play on that. And I think I like block bet here because it's not going to stop him from bluff raising. I don't think he calls too big with just an ace, anyways. Um, versus completely just checking. And if he has a nine, he's just gonna like he'll shove or blinks the nine, I think, anyways. And then we do lose to some like aces, jacks, ace nine type hands, but I think given his history of being willing to blast, this is definitely the way to do it. Now the real question becomes, do we shove here? Plays draws aggressively. Like if he's bluffing, I think we want to shove against like 9, 10, 8, 9, ace, jack, ace, king. And if we just end up losing to quads or pocket aces or pocket jacks, so be it. Even for 142 bigs, I think it's the best play. Uh, I mean, like two outer, like runner, two outers we've gotten like banked by in the last like 2 days. Like it's astronomical. The call is a little bit wild as well, in my opinion, even on the flop. That's fine. Still like the shove there, I think. Just given how villain plays, I think it's fine. Um, just sucks we happen to be 100 and something bigs deep. We'll give him one of these. But his what do you call that? His image got him paid there because he likes to bluff, he likes to call, he's a little bit stationy kind of thing. So because of that, we expect that he's willing to call the nine um, to a shove. And if we think he calls a nine, we have to shove, even for the random times that we run into like Jack nine or pocket aces or pocket jacks. There's not really another viable option, I guess we'll say, in that position. And down here, we're going to get a bit crazy, but I think we just have to 2x pot shove this and take as much fold equity as we can uh, in this spot. Because we have the back doors, we have the nutted queen, and we're up against fucking this guy with ace jack. Well, we're losing the big pots here, which is always fun. Bit of a tilting 30 seconds here. Queen or king one time. I think we got it. Unless that's a jack. King. Nice. It's good to suck out. But basically, when the pot's that big, like if we see bet, we're committed. So personally, with the backdoor clubs, the gut shot, and the two overs, I think we have so much equity that I'd rather just blast there. Um, because we will also do that with like tens and jacks some portion of the time, ace jacks some portion of the time, queens, kings some portion of the time. And this villain just has like obviously every hand possible. And it's only money is likely, not super likely to have a really strong hand. Um, it's kind of like in a four bet pot where you're just like jamming or giving up in certain spots when the pot's that big, like half our stack. Um, we want to put the money in. I hope I didn't click off that again. Okay, just trying to get this person to put their money in here. Okay, and we can jam now. It's good though. At least we collected that. Kind of got us uh, out of the hole a little bit from that last hand where we went boat over boat. Oh my God. Well, that was a mistake. At least we have ace king. So the money's going in, but that was a huge misclick right here. So let's just see how it plays out. Got some juice. We get out alive. Yeah, so switching to that screen. So I double clicked the 8 in that spot. But we survived it. So pretty swingy here. Between the flip, big loss with the boat. I don't know. We'll have to run that hand. I'm not 100% sure that we should be shoving that deep with threes. It might just be a call. It felt a little bit passive um, to not shove there. It's just that villain's like a wreck, right? So when villains are recreational, okay, we've got a hand brewing here. Flip over that first, then we'll go back to that. Basically, we're just blasting here. We had two callers, so we want to bet because if they have a jack, they're gonna not fold. Basically, it's what we're getting at here. And with two callers, it's extremely likely one of them at least has a jack. And we lose to only pocket kings here. So basically, I think I want to check here. And the reason being that if he has a jack, he will bet and we get to check shove. Whereas if we just bet like 30, he can just call. Or if we bet 25, there's a good chance he could call jack 10. So now we get the same amount of money guaranteed, and it's significantly more likely that we get all the money, especially when he rivers the king, right? And we just have the nizzles. So that's good. Pretty much got that hand back. So I think we're back to where we were like 2 minutes ago, fun wise. Um, might even be up, but I think we're maybe up like 20 bigs between those like four massive hands that we just kind of ran through there. But anyway, like we were saying, I think it was a pretty good play. Thank you. I really don't know 100% that this is a shove. Against a regular, I don't think I would shove here um, all the time. Definitely do some portion of the time. But we do lose to ace nine. Like, we don't have much of a read on villain's hand, so he does still have nines, aces. Uh, he also has ace jack, pocket jacks. Those are probably all in his range. Jacks are less likely after calling flop and turn, like multi-way. It's so likely that I have an ace. So even though this villain's betting small, or he check, we bet, it's just not super likely that he's going to call jacks, just given how that hand played out. Um, so I don't know. I think it's fine. Honestly, we lose to like ace nine and jack nine and slow played pocket aces. Um, but I think like because he's a wreck and he likes to like be aggressive and stuff, he can be bluffing there. He could have an ace and he might not think that we're gonna get too aggressive with it. Like if we had just a nine or like a weak ace, or we could be bluffing, like so on and so forth. Okay, make all right, we gotta pull this hand up. Okay, we make quads. But anyways, point being, I think the shove's fine. But I will run that one. All right. Multiple callers. We're just going for the money here, I think. Money goes in. We're hoping to get Dr. Jamie to come along, obviously, but we don't, which is also just, it's fine. Do appreciate everybody checking out the stream. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It really does help support and promo the channel, and we certainly do appreciate it. So that was a lot of swings. I am a little bit annoyed at myself, though, for the one, because I didn't even have it running. Okay, we'll fold queen deuce. Okay, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up if you are checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. If you are over on Twitch, make sure to follow along if you're not already. Feel free to raid the channel, hype the channel. I'm not sure how exactly how all that stuff works, but I know it helps. And we do appreciate that support. Okay. See if there's any other 50-cent tables up and running yet. There are not. Fold the six deuce, fold the jack nine. Okay, a little bit of a table brewing down here. We're just going to lead out into this villain. He might be a bit tilted from the last hand. Um, so we're just going to be looking to capitalize on that. He does end up folding. I guess there isn't an all 20% table open. We might as well sit and join it since there's not much else going on. I think I am going to resize these tables slightly. I think we just shove here, having the ace of hearts, we kind of block him from having the nizzles. And we obviously have like, other than flush draws, we have the second nizzle, so we just want to target and hope he has two pair. Okay. King we're gonna call. Okie dokie. We are just going to be sitting out here for a second. Global question sit on his one. We'll be back. I know we're in and out a little bit. It's a bit frustrating on the stream, but such is life. So we'll try to keep it rolling as best we can. Okay. This guy does like bluffing and barreling and betting and stuff. I think we'll just bet here. Okay. Okay, over here we do call down and make essentially the nizzles on the river. Nice. And he does check call. We're just gonna go a bit bigger here on the river with the king. Spade makes vid, says hello. Hey, how's it going? And he does call off with the ace. That's perfect. And we're just gonna check down the sixes. Okay, we'll be right back. Um, Depending how long the break can be, but again, it won't be too long. It's a busy morning here this morning, so it won't be too long, and then we'll be back to it. Appreciate everybody who is watching right now, though. So uh, we are back, but we're sitting at. I'm not quite sure what that. Oh, see, we don't want that. Oh, I think we got all our seats back. Yeah, I think we managed to squeeze all of our seats back, so we should be okay. Yeah, well, defending king seven suited. Unfortunately, it looks like a lot of villains did leave. Set here. And I think we're just going to call against this villain. Now we're going to go and attack. Just hope he has the pocket pair. I don't think there's much else we can do. Just hope he has like tens, jacks, queens, kings. No, nothing. Okay, well, I think it's a little bit too crazy here this morning, so we're just going to shut the stream down for a bit. We're just in and out a little bit too much, but we will be back uh, probably later today, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Overall, pretty decent outcome for this stream, I think. We lost a massive pot here, but we did collect it back on these other two tables. So probably floating around even, maybe slightly down this morning. But I appreciate everybody checking out the stream. Make sure you hit those like, follow, and subscribe buttons, and we'll see everybody on the next one.